Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies. Now, I have a superstar sitting next to me. It's the wonderful Reneé Lamb.
Hi.
It was so funny because Reneé came in and I was like, so hard not to talk before the episode. Mm-hmm. But how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
And we have a mutual friend.
We have a mutual friend, the best person in the world.
Natalie Paris.
Ugh, love of my life.
I know.
I did my first job with Nat.
And she's the queen, isn't she?
She's the queen. There's no one like her.
I know. We will get into that in a second, but pick any show you've done. What would be your pre-show ritual?
Ooh.
Pick any character as well.
I would probably say Passing Strange, which is one I did last year at the Young Vic. I had to do a million accents. So I did German, Dutch, which are very similar but also not, and then American. And I used to have to read the same little monologue out in each accent.
Oh, wow.
And I had to do it. And let me see if I remember it.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, God, the pressure. To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. Thanks.
I could never.
It just gets the consonants.
Can I ask as well, Are you really good at accents?
I used to be. I haven't been doing them as much recently.
Like, how do you even wrap your head around it? Because I know it's a skill that you need to have in the industry. Reneé, I am terrible.
I'll teach you.
I can just do American.
That's all you need, babe.
Yeah, it is.
That's all you need.
It's important
to do accents.
Yeah, or to like have that skill.
Well, we get dialect coaches if you have like a wild accent for the most part.
Yeah.
But like, it's a good skill to have. I think if you want to do more like plays and stuff, which I'm trying to kind of like start doing, it's good to have in your back pocket. But you don't need it. You get taught it on the job.
You do.
We put so much pressure on ourselves.
I know. Oh, I can do Northern.
That's good.
Like that.
Go on then.
No, I just talk like that.
That's
you know
pretty good.
who I spoke to? It was who was it? It was Maya
Maya Quantsabreed.
Maya.
Also love her.
And you trained at Tring.
I did.
Is that even a thing now?
I know. So Tring is a boarding school.
Yes.
And you do vocational in the afternoon, so that's like singing, dancing, acting. And then you do your academic, so your A-levels and stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
So we worked, I think, from like 9 a.m. till 6:30 every day, which was wild.
And how old were you?
I went for sixth form, but I think you can go from the age of 9. So we were running around. I know. We were running around with 9-year-olds and everything.
Okay, did you enjoy Tring?
I absolutely loved Tring.
Did you?
I will always say it was the best 2 years of my life. I didn't go to uni or anything, so I boarded there. So essentially, I lived in the school. And like in the evenings, we could just go down to the studios and start dancing and singing and whatever we wanted to do.
It's like a dream for a musical theatre.
Mm-hmm.
Like dreamer,
yeah,
you know?
It was like Fame. It was like we went to Fame. It was amazing. It was hard, but it taught me everything I need to know.
And
like,
was it all girls?
No, mixed.
Okay, but your dorm was all girls, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, was that fun?
So it was so fun.
Oh my God, that's
like 4 of us. It's so fun. Like 4 of us like in a little dorm. And to be fair, they weren't what they are now. Like they've had a refurb. Okay. So they weren't as like cute as they are now. No shade. But like we made them so cute. Oh, it was just so fun.
I love that. Now you were the OG Catherine of Aragon.
I did the workshop with Nat.
Yeah.
In 2017.
And then you went on to do it at the Arts.
Yeah, so that was the same kind of iteration.
So you were the OG.
So we essentially, we workshopped it right from the start. And it's so funny because I always, like, whenever I go and see it now, because I always end up going to see it because I've got friends in it, I see things, I'm like, oh, that was my idea. Do you know what I mean? All these years later, I'm like, oh yeah, still using that, are you? You know what I mean? It's so funny. But yeah, it was so different before we kind of workshopped it. Like I remember I Don't Need Your Love used to end like, we disappear. And it was like a whole thing.
Oh, really?
And it was so wrong. And I remember Azuka, who's my best pal, who was par in my cast, was just like, it's not right. And then the next day, Tobes and Lucy had changed it all. Yeah, completely different.
And you were well, this is what I've read, is that you were the youngest person to play that role at the age of 20.
I was 20, yeah. I didn't know I was the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I think.
Child.
Literal child with that responsibility, like create a whole ass character.
It was scary, but I had nothing to compare it to as well.
Yeah, true. Because it was your identity.
For sure. It was my first job, and I just I remember saying to my agent, all I want to do is I want to be able to go on a stage and act like Beyonce and just have fun and sing. And then my first job did that, and I was like, oh, what now? What do I do now? And then since then, I didn't really have a dream, you know what I mean?
Is there a reason you didn't stay with the show?
I got Little Shop of Horrors at Regents Park.
Okay, fair enough.
So, and I didn't want to tour at the time. And it was giving 8-month tour. And I was like, I simply can't at the age of 20.
No.
I just didn't want to do it. So I then went out and did Little Shop. But luckily I did the cast recording as well.
Yeah.
So it was kind of best of both worlds, really, in that respect.
So it was there. You did it. It was there. You created it. And yet gave you different other opportunities as well. I love that so much. Mm-hmm. So you are currently in Radiant Boy at Southwark Playhouse, and you said before you're now looking to aim into plays.
Yeah.
Where has this come from? You said you wanted to be on stage like Beyonce.
I know, but then I did it, Amber. I did it.
I did it. Ticked it off.
I peaked too early. No, it's just that for me, the core of everything I've always loved is acting. Okay. I've loved sort of telling stories and bringing characters to life, things like that. And for the most part, I'm not stupid. I know I've been cast to sing. That's always been the thing that I'm best at.
Okay.
But it's not the thing I love doing the most. Not to say I don't love it. I absolutely adore singing. But my favorite thing is the story. So I just want to push myself. And this job has it's been so unbelievably special. I've been with the three most amazing castmates who are giving lambda trained, they're fantastic. I've learned so much.
The most. You learn the most when it's who you play opposite that teaches you the most. I swear by that.
Yeah, 100%. But they're amazing, and I just kind of want to see if I can I don't know, make a living in that profession.
I love that.
Side of the industry.
Love that for you. I really do.
We'll see.
So for you, what would be your, if you had manifest,
okay.
What are you manifesting, Reneé?
I'm manifesting just having the opportunity to play different parts.
Okay.
I just love creating, Amber. A lot of my career has been sort of creating roles with from the start. That's just what I want to do forever.
Yeah.
I love it. I love finding, it's so it's quite embarrassing and geeky, but I love finding the intention behind every line and sort of relating to characters and researching and all that stuff. I just love it.
I love that.
I love it.
And then with regards to, I'm just picking your brain apart here. Did you change agent to create this new path
kind of
for
thing?
You? Yeah.
So I was initially with Global Artists.
Okay.
And I left them to go with David, who's my now agent.
I know who your agent is.
Yeah, he's a legend. David Lazenby.
Top dog.
Yeah, top D. He's the best.
He has a really good balance between theatre and TV.
Yeah, but when I signed with him, to be honest with you, I was terrified of TV. I think because I didn't, and still don't, but I didn't see many people that looked like me on TV, especially British TV. So I just thought that's not something that I'd be able to sort of dip into. But then, I mean, I've been lucky to do some TV gigs through him and the amazing team at Conway. But I wanted to sign with him because I think there was just more opportunities he could offer me.
Yeah.
And I loved how sort of ballsy he was and still is.
Yeah.
So I've been with him since probably about 8 years now. Just after 6. 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when this, I'd love to know, because I've never auditioned for a play. Mm-hmm. What's the audition process like? So what was it like for Radiant Boy?
So we actually didn't do auditions for Radiant Boy. I know. Can you imagine? It was stunning.
Was it just offer only?
It was a meeting. I had a meeting with Nancy, who wrote the play, Yulia, who is our director, and our producers as well. And we just had a chat, Amber. We had a chat.
That is my dream.
It was amazing.
I'm like offers only.
Yeah,
but that
that'd be
never happens. So you had a meeting, and what did they kind of just want to see your energy?
I think so. I'd read the play, and it's mad. Like Nancy's writing is unbelievable. She like the characters even on the page are so real, and often I don't find that. I find that I have to like hear people say them and say the lines. Whereas when I just read it, I'm reading it all as me, and I don't quite.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh my God, these are all so distinct and clear to me. It was amazing. So we just had a chat about it, and we were just talking about all the elements of the play. And then I left, and I called my partner. I was like, I think I've just got a job. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like this, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have you been in for another play before?
I have, yes. And the audition process is different. It's a lot more relaxed, I would say.
Ooh, maybe I'm in the wrong avenue.
Musical theatre auditions can be stressful.
Especially on the like 8th round.
Ooh. Why do you need 8 rounds, guys? Come on. Come on.
They know from the get-go.
You must know. Yeah. But yeah, they're a lot more chill.
Okay, a lot more relaxed. That is so interesting to learn. And you've just wrapped on Edgar Wright, the Running Man movie as Zara.
Yeah, Zaza.
Oh, Zaza.
Yeah, it might say Zara online, but it's actually Zaza.
Zaza. Oh, I
Yeah,
love
because
that
she's
name.
cool. She's cool. Her name probably is Zara, but she's like, no, it's Zaza.
I love that.
Yeah.
And what was the audition process like for that?
I did a self-tape, which I did while I was in New York.
Obviously.
I know. I was on holiday.
Standard. I swear to God, every single time you step foot off a plane,
Honestly.
you will get a self-tape through in your inbox, and you just think,
Yeah.
you
truly.
don't have one for like 6 months,
No, yeah.
and then you're on holiday.
Yeah, and I was on holiday and I did it. And then a few days later, my agent was like, they want to meet you in person. I'm like, well, I'm 8 hours away. So they let me do it over Zoom. So then
nice.
I met with the producers over Zoom and just did the scene again. And then they were like, yeah, here's an offer.
Oh, lovely. And that's
Yeah.
with Paramount.
Yes, it is.
That's a good
Yeah, really good. I mean,
network
the
to get in
whole,
with.
it's so funny because the producers on that show actually own the rights to 6.
Wait.
And I know, babe, when she told me that, her name's Nira Park, she's fantastic. I was like, how is this musical still dictating my life?
Yeah. How is it still wiggling its way in?
Truly.
What's your thoughts about acting on stage and acting in front of a camera? Like, is it worlds apart?
Worlds apart, no, but definitely different, I think.
Okay.
On stage, you have to be aware of, you know, the people that are in row Z. Like, you still have to give a believable performance, and they're so far away from you. So I think the energy has to be heightened quite a bit.
Yeah.
Whereas on screen, if you like think I'm sad, you can see it. Like, you don't even have to go. Like, if you're just like, I'm sad, a camera can pick that up.
Yeah.
And that's the main difference, I would say. But still, the intentions and the emotions have to be there.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you miss, like, you do it, so for example, right, in a play, you do the performance, you do the hour, 2 hours or whatever, and you have the applause at the end from the audience. Do you miss that with the camera?
Do you know what? So many people say that. I've not been on set enough
Okay.
to feel that I really miss it.
Okay.
I think. But I get why. I think if you were doing a long stint in a like TV job and you'd come from theatre, I get why you'd be like, I miss the applause. And it's not even just for validation. It's just like to know that people are receiving the message and like your work is being seen. And yeah, it's just it's a very, because then you got to wait like 9 months.
I know.
And you might be like,
And you have no idea what, and it might be cut.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So very interesting, isn't it?
It is.
I do love it though. Like, I think you're one of the few people that we've had on that is like sitting in between both industries.
Yeah.
Because you also have done a long running series with CBBC, right?
Yeah, I did a show called Still So Awkward.
Yes.
In lockdown, actually. Which again was like, I'd done a short film before that, but that was like the first time I'd been like recurring.
Okay.
So that was that was really cool. Yeah.
Booked and blessed in COVID.
Yeah, it was nice. Speaking of blessed, bless
I'm
you.
blessed. Can we talk about talking about hay fever, let's talk about Regents Park.
Hay fever, wasps, weather, sun.
Which one was Little Shop? First, second, or third within the Regents Park?
Third.
Oh, so you were the big show.
Yeah,
I don't know how I didn't see that.
Oh, Amber, it was so good.
I can only imagine.
It was so good. It was just mad. Tom Scott, who designed it, is just disgustingly talented.
Yeah.
Like the costumes, the direction, Maria Aberg, it was fantastic. It's such a shame that nothing else happened with it. It did have plans, but things happened and then it couldn't work. But it was so good.
And I think Regents Park is on a lot of people's wish list.
Yeah, and
is it as amazing as...
Oh my God, like to be in a show and you're on stage and it's light, and then as you're doing the show it gets dark, and then like the fairy lights come on. It's magic. It's absolutely magic, and it's massive. It's like 1,000 seats, I think.
I know.
Huge.
I went to watch Shook the other day because my
like
partner's in it. Yeah.
Really?
And he plays Bo.
Oh, nice.
And they were doing a scene, and it was outdoors, and they were talking about rocks and things like that, and then a bird just flew.
Magic.
And I just thought, that is so special.
Yeah.
You can't get that anywhere in London. Well, do you know what I mean? In Britain, really.
It's so special. It really is.
Well, but what is this? Because I actually booked tickets to go see Shocked again. I know, I'm obsessed. And there was pages and pages of what happens if it rains. Like, what if you do have a rainy season? What if you can only do like 10 performances? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is.
We hated it when it got rained off. I remember our last show, it started raining.
No.
And we were all like, we're going out. We're going out. And we had these ridiculous costumes, ridiculous shoes. I was in an orange wedge.
Oh, no, not a wedge.
Yeah, I'll have to find you a picture. An orange wedge. And we were slipping all over the gaff, but we were like, we have to do this. We have to do the show. We won't get to do it again. But most of the time, I think the people's tickets get sort of like either refunded or you can come again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad when it rains.
I mean, it's on my bucket list, I think.
You'll do it.
Although my hay fever is bad.
It's not great. I was sneezing on stage.
Were you? I sneeze on stage inside.
Anyway, yeah, me too.
So doesn't matter. In between, then you did Ain't Misbehaving, Malory Towers, Be More Chill.
Oh my gosh, Be More Chill.
Let's Chat.
Yeah.
West End. And you also, so it went from the other palace to Shaftesbury.
Yeah, because it was a lockdown show. So we did it. We opened in the other palace.
Yeah.
And you know that crazy time when COVID
was it
was
Omicron?
Like, yeah.
Omicron.
Mad.
Yeah.
Mad.
That Christmas.
Yes.
Yes. We got affected by that.
Horrible. But we did Be More Chill. I think we like the audition was actually Christmas, and then we opened. I think January.
You auditioned at Christmas and opened in January.
Yeah, I think so. I might be wrong. It was a long time ago.
I know. Anything
so.
pre-COVID, I'm like, did it happen?
It was a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But
did you enjoy it?
I loved it. It was such a shame it got cut early.
Was that because of COVID?
Yeah. It was really generating a fan base, and then the poor fans got sort of like shafted because we were just like, we're not doing the show. And then it came back to the Shaftesbury, but it was weird because everything was socially distanced. So it's this massive theatre. It's like 1,300 seats,
huge,
I think.
Shaftesbury.
Maybe even more, yeah. And there were people like, sort of patchy.
That's so sad. Yeah, that makes me so sad.
I know, but it was such a gorgeous show. Like,
and it was COVID time, so it'll always hold a place.
For sure.
Bring It On, or it will always hold a place in my heart.
Bring It On, I didn't see that.
Did you not?
No.
It was fab, but we did get cut early.
So sad.
But I wouldn't have done weird things. I think things happen for a reason.
For sure.
Yeah.
I do too.
Then you went on the UK tour.
Of
Fantastically Great Women Who Changed the World.
Yeah, such a long title.
Of what?
Every time I had to say that.
Fantastically Great Women Who Changed the World.
Yeah. Based off the book, Kate Pankhurst's book. It's a kid's book.
And did you enjoy it? UK
Loved
tour?
it. I met some gorgeous people on that job as well. That also taught me a lot about sort of like being a woman in this industry. And just being a woman in general, and just like the hardships we have to face. But like seriously, though,
yeah, seriously,
like, it's such a thing. Yeah, it's a beautiful job. We did it initially with kids, which was mad. So like the lead character's a little girl, but then
do you know that just rings in my head? Rehearsals.
Yeah, 4 times over.
Yeah, that just is ringing in my mind as we're going to be in a lot more than we want to be.
But it was special because they were little kids.
I know.
But then we had an amazing adult come and take over for the second part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which still works beautifully, and she was amazing.
Can I ask, up to Fantastically Great Women Who Changed the World? Sorry, I just wanted to say that again. What would have been from the beginning of your career until that moment? What was like a day in your life you'll never forget?
I think when I opened Six, I always am like, that is the most wild thing that ever happened to me, because I, again, had nothing to compare it to. And I thought people would hate me because...
What?
Because I know we had quite a bit of backlash when it was announced, because obviously now we all know that Six is like this pop concert where these divas meet and they like retell their stories. But if you just looked at an announcement, Six, the musical about Henry VIII's wives, and you see people that don't sort of represent what they would have looked like, people had stuff to say about that.
Really?
So because I was arrogant and I was the first person essentially to go out and do the song, like there's ex-wives, but then you sort of are like, right, let's get the story started, and it's arrogant first. I was terrified that after my song people would be like, this is wrong, get off the stage, boo.
Oh,
thankfully they didn't.
So you felt that pressure kind of being the first queen out?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
And because it was my first job.
Yes.
And because we were worried because of the backlash we got, if I'm being completely honest. We were like, what if people hate it? What are we going to do? Is this going to be the end of our career?
Well, you couldn't have been any...
Isn't it mad?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy.
And it's still like going strong, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's mad.
And I love that you go back and watch it.
I say that I haven't been for about 3 years.
Oh.
But in the first like 4-ish years, I felt like I was a creative on that job. I was there constantly.
Have they ever called you and been like, can you pop back?
Yeah. I was the first person to ever pop back, actually. I had to go to Glasgow, I think it was.
Well, at least you got a bit of a holiday out
Yeah,
of it.
it was nice.
Although Glasgow's
It was
bit
also
rainy.
winter. Yeah. But I'd never been, so that was cool.
There we go. Good night at Glasgow.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you did Emoji Land with our Nat.
Oh my God. Me and Nat played girlfriends. A dream come true. Are you joking? It was the best to just do that with her. We've just been idiots on stage. Like, yeah, it was
I never
so
got
fun.
to see that, but I remember it being all over social media.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I loved
It had
that.
like Georgina Castle.
Yeah. Oh.
No?
No.
Okay, not Georgina Castle. Was it Oliver Saville?
Yes.
Am I on the wrong thing?
No. It was. Hang on, because I'm so bad with names. Please.
We might have to cut this bit out because I've just got it wrong.
Louise Dearman.
Yeah, Hannah Lowther.
Hannah, yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, that is that one, yeah.
Yeah. Did I get it wrong?
No, you, Nat, Ollie, who was original Marty.
Yeah, legend.
And Oliver Saville. I swear.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he was.
That's
Sorry.
a cracking cast.
Yeah, such a good cast. It was mad.
That is.
It was really mad.
And how long did that run for again?
We did, I think, like 3 shows.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think about these shorter stints?
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the CV.
It's on the CV.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
I think it's over before it started.
Yeah, I think that's a shame. I think it's cool to sort of showcase them, but I think a lot of like these concerts are happening, and I think they're a good way to sort of showcase people, but then a lot of people miss them as well. So it is a shame.
The concerts are on the rise.
Yeah,
I'm telling
they
you.
are. I think it makes good money.
I think it makes good money, but like for an actress or an actor, we need a long running show to sustain. Like we've got rent and mortgages.
Yeah, for
Do you
sure.
know what I mean?
And also even to find the characters.
Yeah.
Like I don't find my character till like 3 weeks after press.
Same. Don't come and watch me in a show until at least 4 weeks in.
Don't do it. Which is kind of bad for my show right now because it's like 3 weeks long. So
I know, but I feel like is a play a bit different?
yeah, because do you know what? The main difference I think between musicals and plays that I have found so far is you sit and you analyze the script with a play. You figure out sort of every beat in the show and like how different sections change, and you have a real understanding of your character that you don't necessarily get with a musical because it's okay, day 1 of 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes.
Which is, of course, that's what we have to do because we have to learn all the numbers, we have to learn the songs. But with the play, you're focusing on the acting and sort of getting that across. You know what I mean? So that's, so I have found that I found my character easier in this process, even though we only had 3 weeks.
Acting is reacting.
Trademark. Amber Davis.
Should we get that printed on our merch on our next live show? Acting is reacting. Lesson number 1.
That's true, though.
It is.
It is.
So, you just play.
Yeah.
Passing Strange at the Young Vic.
Yeah.
A highlight for you?
Oh, God, yeah. I think that was a real turning point for me.
Okay.
Liesl Tommy directed that. Who directed Jennifer Hudson in Respect, the Aretha Franklin film.
Casual.
Yeah. So the team was American. They were all just, apart from our amazing choreographer, but they were so
Who was the choreographer?
good. Dixon MB.
I'll Google.
He did Mandela at the Young Vic as well.
Yes.
Which was, he's a genius. Like they were all so fantastic. But yeah, that show taught me how to act, I think. Like,
I feel like everyone has that one show where they evolve, and it's like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, I learned that acting was reacting properly on that job. Like, really, I did. Yeah. Giles Terrera, Hamilton, was the lead, and he's just ridiculous. He's so good.
Yeah.
So I think that job really, I think that's what shifted things for me to be like, I want to do more of this.
Yeah.
So here we are doing a play.
I love that. And I love that you've got you're in a play and you're like, I want to do more of this, and now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how amazing that is?
Yeah, it's scary.
It is scary, Reneé, but it's good that you're doing it. You're brave.
Thanks.
You're brave. Cake.
Oh, don't! I'll start crying. It's
so
so sad because it's so good. It's such a good show.
I didn't see it.
It deserved so much more than what it got.
I heard, so there's somebody in after you today and they came to see it, and apparently she said it was amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
It is amazing. Morgan Lloyd Malcolm wrote it, who wrote Amelia, which was a show that was, I think, at the Vaudeville a few years ago.
I remember that.
Oh my God. She's just a genius. And she's the most generous sort of creative I've ever worked with, I think. Like, we evolved her script, and like it was perfect. Like, it really was. And Drew McConey was on it initially.
Love Drew.
He's just a joke. Like, he's so good.
It was just so sad.
Yeah, it was so sad.
Explain to the listeners what happened. Also for me, because I want to know the tea.
Yeah, well, it's quite a tricky one to explain.
Okay.
Because I don't know. We just got told that it was shutting early because of ticket sales, but also we were kind of sold out up until when we got told, so we didn't understand that.
Okay.
And I still don't understand that. But I'm not a producer. I don't know how producing works. There just wasn't enough money.
So, okay. And that's happening a lot in this industry at the minute. That shows being cut short because they kind of over calculate, basically.
I think
or miscalculate.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened.
I think it was a miscalculation.
But I think it's just so sad because the show
was
itself,
so good, and the fan base was building.
I know
massively.
I know.
What was it like working opposite Zizi?
Oh, she's awful. She's so bad. It was just great. Like, we were our characters because we are so different as people. We couldn't be more different, actually. But I love her, and we became sort of like besties because of our differences, and we began to like sort of understand each other, and we went through a lot of shit, we went through a lot of sugar.
Yeah, you can swear, it's fine.
Okay, good. We went through a lot of stuff on that job, kind of like creating it when it was so in its infancy and taking that on tour to kind of like tiny venues to then being in the lyric theatre. Like, we really had to sort of like, I don't know, like hold each other's hands the whole way through, but she's great.
Trauma bonding.
I
love that type of bonding.
For sure.
Do you think there's a life for cake?
I would hope so. I mean, the creatives seem to think there was. I kind of wish it never went to the other palace, because I think if it hadn't gone there and it hadn't been cut short, it could have had a few years sort of like dormant and then come back and been amazing. Okay. But because of that, it's kind of just like, it's just such a shame, because it makes it look like the show maybe wasn't getting the traction it needed to get, but it really was, and it was a good show. And I don't like many shows, and it was a good show.
What is your favourite show then?
Oh God, I don't know. I actually don't think I have a favourite show.
Have you got a dream musical show you'd want to be in? Musical.
Musical.
MT, Tits and Teeth.
I'd love to do a Sondheim.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Lots of words.
Babe, that is why I just can't. My brain.
You don't have to do it.
My brain would be like, what's Sondheim?
I want to do Follies when I'm like 60.
Okay, that is a great one.
Yeah.
I've got to give you that.
Yeah.
And can I ask you a controversial question?
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous.
Am I allowed to? PR sitting right there. What is the worst show you've ever seen?
Oh, okay.
I love how you don't even care.
Okay, no. The worst show I've ever seen. And are we talking West End shows?
Yeah.
The worst show I've ever seen. Oh, this is... Because I might have friends that have been in that show.
It's fine.
I'm going to get back to you because I want to think about that one.
Okay. I've got one at the top of my head, but my sister's been in it.
Oh, really?
Well, my least favourite show is Phantom of the Opera. There's 2 reasons why. I had to write an essay on it in my first year of college, and it honestly, my first language is Welsh, and this is the first essay I had to write in English, and it was on Phantom of the Opera, and it was honestly like I have PTSD. And then my sister goes and books the goddamn show, and I had to go and watch it. Like,
that's awful.
She was a swing as well, so I really had to go.
Yeah.
And I think I watched it about 6 times. Honestly, Reneé, it was so painful by the end.
The chandelier's cool.
Everything about the show is great, but I don't want to see it 6 times.
That's absolutely fair enough.
So it's tainted in my mind, and I don't think I'll ever go back.
Fair enough. I have my show.
Okay.
It's very controversial. I'm going to get cancelled. But know that it's nothing to do with the actors in it.
Okay, it's the writing. It's always the case.
Yeah. I don't like Heathers. I'm sorry. I don't like it. There's too many jokes about eating disorders and like fat phobic things. And I know the film's a classic. I know. And it might make me sound really like Gen Z, but I don't like it. I don't like that kind of thing.
I've never seen it, and I've never wanted to see it.
Yeah. I've got so many friends that are in that show.
I know. Well, I'm working opposite Jamie Moscato now.
Alas.
And he apparently, was flipping amazing.
Yeah. And Francis. Francis was in it as well, of course.
I've never seen it, but is it going to come back to London?
Probably. It's gone to Broadway or something, I think.
Yes, it is on Broadway.
Yeah. But everyone, don't cancel me, guys. I'm sorry.
No, don't cancel Reneé.
Please.
The thing is this is what theatre is. I love to have conversations like this. Theatre is subjective. And I think that's great. There's nothing about the actors or the actors, it's the writing.
No, yeah, and I will say Candy Store is a bop. And I do listen to that on the treadmill.
I love... Right, guys, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for listening. If you are a Patreon listener, we will be answering some of your questions next. Bye.